Evelyn to Philip, V-mail dated January 11th, 1945. My darling, no mail whatever, though I had been expected a belated jackpot after waiting all this time, except a lone card from Gloria giving me her phone number and telling me that she will meet me any time after 1 when I arrive in New York on Saturday. Last night I threw Adele in bed early, and though she was awake, I made up my mind to visit Miriam and see the new baby. First I went to the Wyman's to pick up the 4 boxes of candy Ray ordered for me, and that I am supposed to take along with me to distribute to those I visit in New York. And from there on, Al drove Ethel, Ray, and me over to the Browns. Mom stayed upstairs with Adele until she fell asleep, so she was no trouble to anyone. Ray and Ethel had not intended going unless Al drove, as it was freezing out. We got to the Brown's house at 9:30, and Sylvia was there, beside the regular Brown family. Miriam doesn't look well at all, and it is only a wonder when you consider her strenuous routine. She has to feed the baby every 3 hours, because the baby is terribly hungry all the time. Anita Ray is an enormous baby and has nice features. She is the image of Mickey, and I can't help wonder at the way most first babies look like their daddies. I had asked Tanta what I should give her as a gift, and she advised cash, so I gave her $5. I also gave her a box of candy. Do you know, sweet, that Mickey made out a Class E allotment for Miriam, and she receives $30 additional. She receives $30 additional dollars each month. Every single one of the girls gets anywhere from $30 to $40 per month, additional allotment that I know of, and the husbands are no more than corporals. I realize fully that you have more opportunity than they do in their present state to spend money, but when you admit that you are broke and in the hole, as you did not so long ago, I really can't help wondering why so much of your salary disappears so quickly. Now that you no longer have the opportunity to take extended trips such as those to see Ed and Harry, I trust that you will be able to manage on your salary. After seeing Anita and all her gifts, we went down to the kitchen and had some coffee and cake and got to talking about old times, etc. Al drove Sylvia and me home, and I didn't get to bed until about 1 o'clock. Adele seemed horsey during the night, and I was afraid she had a cold. Today, however, she was much improved, and I rubbed her down with Vicks before putting her to bed this evening. I almost didn't get to go to New York, and unless Adele is all well, I may not go. It doesn't seem likely, though, for she has good resistance. Our gas bill for the previous month of December was $43. Mom can't get over it. It's only a wonder. We run our heat as high as 80 to keep the back room warm enough for Diana. We've never had such a large bill. I'm so disgusted with the mail situation that I could scream. Let's hope I'll get something tomorrow, for I'd hate to go to New York without getting any more mail whatever. Good night, baby. I love you dearly in spite of all. I wish very much that you were going with me to New York. Your Ev. Philip to Evelyn, 11 January 1945. Dearest Evie, I just finished work for the day and decided to make today's contribution a quick female so that I may catch the second performance of the USO show on the base tonight. Was busy all day making up the payroll, and in the afternoon received your email of 30th December in which you tell of the pumpkin's rapidly expanding vocabulary. I particularly liked her answer when you asked her to repeat something she had already said. The little minx has a head on her shoulders, no doubt about it. Glad to learn that you, at least, are keeping up with your correspondence, because I'm way behind in mine. Currently, I owe letters to almost everyone. On the other hand, I have yet to hear from Brother Jack, whom I wrote way back in October. At any rate, I've definitely decided to write to everyone in a day or two when I am taking my regular 48-hour break. The weather has been very cold these past few days, and it has been snowing every few hours. The landscape is blanketed in just enough snow to cover everything, which isn't exactly an unwelcome change. One gets so tired with the sameness of the scene that any change is by way of being a novelty. Otherwise, there is very little to report, sweetheart. So I'll sign off now with my dearest love to my precious wife and daughter. God keep you both well, for your adoring Phil. P.S. Love to all. Philip to Evelyn, 11 January 1945. Dearest darling, tonight I am CQ, but while I have plenty of time to write, two factors keep me from knocking out a letter to you, hence the V-mail. One, I've had a splitting headache all day today. Two, there was no mail. As you know, sweet, it's very rarely that I am bothered with a headache, and I don't rightly know the reason for it, unless it is the forerunner of a cold. But it surely did give me hell all day, and it's still so distracting that I can barely think rationally. I've taken a couple of Anacin tablets, and I'm hoping that by tomorrow it will be gone without any further ill effects. I was busy all day working with Captain Crane on personnel records, but it was a real effort to keep my mind on what I was doing. I've built a nice hot fire in the stove, and as soon as I finish this, I will call the operator to give me a ring at 5 o'clock and hit the sack. Sorry, baby, that I can't make better use of this opportunity to write, but I know you will understand that I can't help myself, and that I would do better if I could. Please forgive your adoring Phil. P.S. Love to Adele and all.